Hello and welcome to Videotero. I'm Shelley Carney.
And I'm Toby Eunice. Stick around for a few seconds and we'll share our top marketing tips for 2017.
So let's get started. Our top 5 marketing tips for 2017 include number 1, socialize and mobilize. And that's basically getting social and making sure your message is mobile. Number 2, bring the offline online. Number 3, market in real time. That means it's happening now. Number 4, hit the bullseye with ads. How specific is your marketing? And number 5, make a plan.
Let's go to our first one. So, socialize and mobilize. And fundamentally, what do we mean when we're telling you to do that is to make sure that you're taking advantage of the social media that's out there. We were at the Facebook Boost Your Business event a couple of weeks ago, and the numbers that they presented to us about how much time people spend with their social networking, especially on mobile devices, were what I would call not just amazing but astounding. 200 million people a day on Facebook. 1 out of every 5 minutes of the time spent on their mobile device is spent looking at their Facebook page. So you have to be very aware of these social structures and how, as a business person, can take advantage of them. That doesn't mean that every business is appropriate for Facebook. It means that a good majority of them, if you're B2C, meaning if you're selling to consumers as opposed to other businesses, it is very likely not only should you have a Facebook page, but you should be taking advantage of it and expanding upon that. The other very important element of this is how individuals are connected to their mobile devices. That means when they communicate with you, they communicate on a platform with a very small footprint, and so your messaging has to be constructed. Your website and your messaging has to be constructed so it adapts to that environment on their behalf. Otherwise, you get ignored. So if you're doing those big website pages designed for a desktop, it's not a good use of your time or money.
Exactly. And meeting people where they're at. So if your clientele is the type of person who prefers to look at a text rather than read an email, you need to be aware of that and you need to structure your messaging in that way.
And you have lots of options. I mean, going from Facebook to Instagram to Twitter to Snapchat to all the variety. And one of the things that you have to do is make a decision which of those social networks are the best for you. The combinations that we use include Facebook, Instagram, we use our YouTube channel, and we do use blogs. But they're very specific to the kind of work that we do and the way that our market is structured.
And keep in mind that a visual picture or video is worth so many words. Just by viewing a picture, people can get a great idea of what you're all about, what your brand is about. Bring the offline online. Here you can see that it's just basically a picture out in front of somebody's business. They've taken a picture of it, and now they can send that out online, and people can recognize the storefront. They can see what's on special for that day. They don't have to walk by the store to see it. So if they are liking your Facebook page as a business, it's a good idea to every day have something up and available for them to connect your business, your brand with your storefront or your business. And they see it online on Facebook, or they might see it on Instagram. We are constantly sharing behind the scenes whenever we're shooting. I'm taking pictures of Toby and his work, and I'm putting them up on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter all at once so that everybody knows what it is that Videotero does.
One of the important characteristics is to make sure that you respond to individuals' visual perceptions. It has been said that as humans, we use about 10% of the capacity of our brain, which isn't a lot, but it's 10%. It's gotten us this far. A lot of that, more than 50%, is used to process visually acquired information. So we are by nature and evolution a kind of visual animal. So the more that you can communicate with people through visual means, by pictures, images, and videos, the more likely you are to reach them. So if you have a choice between showing them today's menu in the form of a textual message versus a picture of your restaurant's chalkboard, for example, you're much more likely likely to connect with them by showing them the image of the chalkboard. And of course, you're leveraging the other things that you're doing. You drew the chalkboard. You might as well leverage it into your social networks.
It's kind of funny that when we go out and about, people see me and they say, you guys are everywhere. And it's mostly because we post a lot on social media. They see where we're at, what we're doing all the time. They take that in, and it just floods their awareness of who we are and what we do, and it gives them the idea that we are everywhere.
One of the things that we take advantage of is whenever we go to networking events, I make sure I get lots of pictures of not only the networking event, but us participating in the networking event. And then we post those not only to our Facebook pages, but we post them to the event sponsors, in the case of the B2B Expo or Albuquerque West Chamber of Commerce. And then we tag the other people in the photographs, and that spreads our visual message much further than it would be if we just did it on our own.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of Videotero Live, market in real time. That's live marketing that we can do. As Videotero Live, we go to a business or we go to an event, a trade show, we interview people, we send it out immediately. A lot of times we'll do a short little vlog and send that out on Facebook Live, because Facebook really pushes their live product out there for everyone to see.
And the thing about the technology is that if you have a smartphone, the combination of that smartphone and the camera app and what Facebook has done and the investment that they've made in Facebook Live makes it tremendously easy for you to get online. The key is to make sure that you have good imagery and that you actually have something to say. We're going to talk about how to use Facebook Live in future episodes, but for right now, it is a powerful tool. It is going to be made more powerful by Facebook because of the amount of the investment that they're making in it, and they're really interested in seeing businesses take advantage of this tool. They see it as primarily a business tool, although individual users, of course, are welcome to take advantage.
And if you've got a new product just came in the door that you're excited about, how excited will your customers be? So that's an excellent opportunity to do a Facebook Live post from your store showing your product, or from your home if you work out of your home. Show your new product, and as your customers tune in, they can ask you questions about it. You can respond, and you have a sales call going on right there.
And let me repeat, the technology is in place and you're carrying it in your pocket right now. So one of the advantages of making posts to Facebook is that every post that you make has the potential to become an ad using Facebook advertising. So one of the things that we'll do with this video is we'll present it on our Facebook page. Our viewers will see it, and then I will take this video and turn it into a Facebook ad and decide on where my market is. We're going to talk about that in just a few moments. But the key is that anything that you post to Facebook, especially the visual stuff, especially the video stuff, has the potential to become a Facebook ad, and you should take advantage of that because it gives you the ability to establish exactly the demographics in terms of area, gender, age group, interests that you want to reach. So you're spending your money on targeted marketing. Targeted marketing, and I know because I've been doing it for a really long time, used to be very expensive. Targeted marketing today is within the reach of every small business, without exception, and you should take advantage of it. And because you're making those posts anyway, you may as well turn them into ads as well.
Mm-hmm. So the most important aspect of narrowing down and targeting your ad, your advertisement, your promotion, and who you show your brand to, the most important thing on that is defining your ideal customer. If you don't know who your ideal customer is, you cannot then go to the next step of aiming your advertising towards them. So that's the first step.
Yeah, you've got to know that specific demographic that's going to have the most potential to respond to what you're
And you want to
presenting.
know where they're hanging out. Are they on Facebook, or are they on Instagram, or are they on Twitter, or maybe they hang out on YouTube? You need to know that about your specific ideal customer so that you can put your advertising in the right place.
And that may involve some testing, some advertising testing. But again, because of the pricing model has gone just, what's the opposite of skyrocketed? It's
Deep dive.
Deep dive in comparison to where it was just a couple of years ago. So, did I miss one?
No.
Okay, so the last piece is there's a very complex world of digital marketing on the internet, especially using imagery and video. It can look like it's very convoluted, but sitting down with a professional for just about an hour or so, they can straighten it out for you, because what they can do is identify the pieces that are going to be most important to you to launch your marketing campaigns, your digital internet marketing campaigns, based on what your objectives and what your targets are. So the important thing to do is make a plan, starting out with what you see, what you envision, what are you trying to accomplish, your objectives, some goals. Let it cover the next year or so. But then take into account that this drawing right here will be different by next week.
And it's important that you schedule your work. Making this plan, part of that is your schedule. You need to either bundle all your social media into one day so that it leaks out, it trickles out throughout the week, or you need to do it on a particular day at a particular time that involves testing to see what's going to work best for you to get your best ROI. Now, planning and scheduling is important because you need to be consistent. If you're not consistent, people will stop following you. They'll stop remembering you. So consistency is key.
And you're always advising me to, like the military, even though I've made a plan.
Oh, be flexible. So again, testing. You might want to put out 2 ads that are somewhat similar and see which one gets the most return, the most response. You need to decide also when you're putting out something, what is the response that you want? What is your call to action? Do you want them to like your Facebook page? Do you want them to call you for an appointment? What is it that you want them to do? Make sure your call of action is very specific.
By the way, that knocking is not someone knocking on my door that I'm ignoring. That's some construction going on behind us.
So, consistency, and stick with your plan, unless it's not working. And then change your plan.
So, speaking of call to action.
Oh, call to action. So please go and like our Facebook page, Videotero LLC on Facebook, and you're going to get new videos and photos and posts from us pretty much every day. They're there, and they're always great information and a lot of fun.
We have a pretty good time doing what we do, I have to admit that. And like I said, like Shelley said, actually, we do take a lot of pictures of the things that we do, and there's always commentary there, and we're always making recommendations. So stick with us by visiting our page, by liking it, and you'll always have something new to deal with. And in terms of this video, we look forward to your commentary. We're very good at responding to any questions you may have about what we've said today, and we're especially interested in hearing your opinions on what topics you would like us to cover in our top 5 tips every week.
Thanks for joining us today. For Videotero, I'm Shelley Carney.
And I'm Toby Eunice. Thanks for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you next week.